Welcome to another episode of the Ice Talks, where we implement change every day. Hey, Harold S. Reed Jr. here, also known as HRJR, Motivational Coach. If you don't know what motive action means, motive plus action equals results, and results equals success. Welcome back to another episode of the Ice Talks. You know what? Today's podcast, I don't know, I think it might be the start of something great. You know, one of the things I've been thinking about, this is, I think, episode 32 of this podcast. And for all intents and purposes, each and every one of these episodes would make a great chapter in a book. Okay? I might just do a book called The Ice Talks, and every chapter will be the transcribed version of these podcasts. I don't know. But a thought came across my mind. I don't know if I was watching something or it happened while I was driving, but I had a thought in my mind and I'm still formulating it. And when I fully flesh it out, I think it might be a book in and of itself. But here's the idea. Here's the thing I was thinking about, which is the title of this particular episode. Are you the haystack or are you the needle? There's a saying that everybody knows the saying, something is hard when it's compared to looking for a needle in a haystack, because a needle is very tiny, very small, very hard to see. And if you put it in something that is big and chaotic as a bale of hay or a stack of hay, that needle is going to be virtually impossible to find. So I've always said that people who succeed are in the minority because they are the ones who are willing to do more. The world is full of mediocre people. The world is full of average people. The world is full of failures. And when you look at failure, mediocrity, averageness, if there could be such a word, and exceptionalism, you will always find that those who fall under the classification of exceptionalism are in the vast minority. They are the needles of this world. Whereas the mediocres, the averages, which are pretty much in the same ballpark, and yes, even the failures, these groups make up the haystack. There's a whole bunch of people in the haystack, right? You could be at the top of the haystack, you could be at the bottom of the haystack, you could be in the middle of the haystack, you could be the side of the haystack. That's wherever you are in your life, right? But I choose to be the needle. And the thing about the needle is exceptional. The needle is sharp. The needle is shiny. The needle serves a specific purpose to pierce through, yet at the same time put things together, right? The needle, in comparison to the haystack, the needle is hard to find. I want to be someone who is hard to find, hard to replace, all right? I want to be rare. I want to be unique. You should want to be rare. You should want to be unique. You should want to be the needle. You should want to be hard to find. Not hard to find as in nobody knows where you are. Or shall we say, hard to replace. You need that needle. If you lost your needle in a haystack and you had to sew some clothes, you'd be in some trouble, right? If you had to put a patch on some pants or something, you'd be in trouble, right? You want to be that needle. You want to be that special someone within your organization or within your family or within your relationship. You should want to be that someone that people cannot live without. And the way to get there is by not becoming someone who is in the haystack, by not choosing to be mediocre, by not choosing to be average, by not choosing to fail, to quit, to give up, and just let life happen to you. See, there are people who let life happen to them, and then there are people who go out and live life. Again, I choose to be the needle. I choose, I get I got so many ideas swelling in my head about this. This is serendipity at work right now. This is inspiration at work right now. And I want to share, I'm sharing it with you in this podcast. You're getting something that nobody else anywhere is ever getting. So if actually I did write a book called The Ice Talks, this chapter would have to actually be reworked because I can't just write, I'm excited, I'm inspired, I want to be the needle. But I want you to look at your life. I always want you to look at your life and take stock of where you are in your life right now. And ask yourself, am I the needle or am I the haystack? Are people looking for me? Am I easy to find? Can they just scoop me out of the haystack? Or will they have to dig and press through and move and shift away and get through all this hay just to find little old me because they need me, because they want me? Ask yourself, can people just get to you because you right there in the haystack? Or do people have to really come for you? Do you have the qualities that people even want for them to come for you, to seek you out, for you to be sought after? Do you have those qualities? And guess what? It's okay if the answer is no. It's okay if you do not have these qualities, or whatever those qualities may be, depending on where you are and what you're doing with your life. But once you recognize and acknowledge that whatever qualities you want to have, you don't have, you from that point on have no excuse for further not having those qualities. You must, it is a moral imperative, you must go about the practice of obtaining those qualities, learning those skills that will make you indispensable in your family, in your relationships, in your friendships, in your work environment, in whatever social organizations you may belong to or clubs you may be a part of. Become someone who is indispensable. Become the needle. Become the person that people have to, hey, excuse me, I gotta get past you. Excuse me, I gotta get past you. Excuse me, you're in my way. Be the one that people gotta go through the room to get to you. I guarantee you it's not going to be easy. If I guarantee you nothing else in this world, I will guarantee you that it will not be easy. But as always, I do guarantee you as well that it will be worth it. You can be the needle or you can be the haystack. You could be the diamond in the rough, the diamond that's underground, or you can be just any old raggedy ass lump of coal. Okay? And the only difference between a diamond and a lump of coal is that the diamond was better able to withstand the pressure. I ask you again, are you the needle or are you the haystack? Thank you for listening to another episode of the Ice Talks, where we implement change every day.